It's lovely to be here. I do miss my little dog when I'm on the road. I've got a little dog. He's adorable. He's a rescue dog. He's very sweet. He doesn't get on with other dogs, so that's the one problem we have with him. We will bark at all other dogs. But I just use the fact that he's a rescue if that comes up. So say I'm out walking him and he barks at another dog, the other owner will look at me like, control your dog. And I'll just turn to her and I'll say, I'm really sorry, but he's a rescue. And then she'll turn to me and she'll say, I'm so sorry for what he's been through. When the truth is, his owner died and we got him. That's what he's been through. You can't do that with blokes, can you? If a bloke's fighting in a pub, you can't go, I'm really sorry, but he's a rescue. Just found him wandering around Debenhams on his own. And we've checked and he's not married because he hasn't been chipped. The dog hurt his paw a few months ago, hurt his paw, so rang the vet and it was out of hours. Took up straight through to the vet herself. She said, what's the problem? I said, the dog's hurt his paw. She said, which paw? And I said, it's his left hand. She said, his what? I said, his left hand. She said, do you mean his foreleg? I said, I don't know, I didn't go to university like you did, Flower. To me, it's his left hand. I know what you're thinking. You think I humanise the dog. I know that's what you think. And fuck off, I don't. I don't humanise him. Fuck off, I don't. So I took his little waistcoat off and I took him to the vet. Got him all bandaged up. Brought him home. My husband was away at the time. And I thought I should probably ring him, let him know what's going on. So I did. He said, what's the matter? I said, the dog's hurt his paw. My husband said, which paw? And I thought, what's the fucking fascination with which paw? It's not like it's the one he writes with. I said it was his left hand. My husband said, his what? I said, his left hand. He said, you mean front passenger side? The dog sleeps downstairs, his choice, he sleeps on the sofa. And then in the morning when he wakes up, he comes up to our bedroom and every single day he asks permission to get on the bed. It's adorable. He pats the side of the bed with both hands. And then I wake up and I go on then. And he jumps up on the bed and sort of little spoons me, kind of lies here like this. We all fall back to sleep again for another half an hour or so. It's adorable. The other day, though, having fallen back to sleep again, I woke up because he was growling. And I thought, what's he growling at? What's going on here? What had happened, because they're sort of loose in the night, one of me boobs had landed on his head. The dog is very little. My tits are not. Poor little bugger. He's lucky he didn't get caught between them. He'd be fucking dead. We've got 2 cats as well. We've basically got pets instead of kids. Give us a cheer if you have got kids. Give us a cheer if you've got pets instead. There's not as many of us, but we're fucking happier, aren't we? I've got a friend who's just had a baby. I don't know anything about babies. I said to her, how long can you leave her for? And my friend was like, you can't leave babies on their own. I said, can you not? That's rubbish. I can leave the dog for 4 hours. But I'm so rubbish with kids. I was in a shoe shop. You know the little seats you're sitting on to try on the shoes? I sat on one of those, and a lady sat right beside me, and she pushed her buggy in front of us both. And in the buggy was a little girl who sort of turned to me as if to start a conversation. I panicked a little bit. This is out of my comfort zone, but I thought, let's just see how it goes. She turned to me and she went, what's your name? And I thought, this is going to be a piece of piss. I already know the answer to question number 1. I said, my name's Sarah. And then she went, what's your hair? What's your hair? What kind of fucking question is that? With my self-esteem, it felt like she was being quite judgy, if I'm honest. Like she was looking at me and going, what the fuck's happening here, like? So I just asked her who her dad was, and she didn't know, and it got really awkward. But my friend who has the baby also has a 2-year-old. She has a 2-year-old and a 3-month-old, both little girls, and I went to visit them. And the baby was a little bit fractious, and my friend said, do you mind while I sort the baby out, could you look after the little one? I said, of course, because I thought, how hard can it be to look after a 2-year-old? She'll definitely tell me when she wants to go outside for a wee. And I've nearly always got meaty snacks in my pockets, so they're going to go down a treat later on. She's lovely, very chatty, the whole time, chat, but I couldn't make fucking head and a tail of anything she said. She's at that weird sort of gibberish age where she's just looking at me and going, happa tata tappa tata tat. I started to just say yes to see if that would kind of move her on. Yes, didn't work. And in the end, the kitchen door opened and my friend had the baby like this. And she went, she's trying to tell you about Peter Rabbit. I said, is she fuck? The only thing I understood out this kid's mouth the whole time I was there, I was reading a book to her, and I got a bit distracted by the pictures, and I said, look, there's a bird, and there's a ladybird. And she looked me straight in the eyes, and she went, read on. But I always think when I hear when kids talk to me, it's probably what Stephen Fry hears when I talk to him. Like, I think I'm saying something really eloquent and well thought out, and he just hears, I like chips. What's your hair? Thanks for watching. You know what would be great is if you liked and subscribed. I'm so needy, I'm so sorry. And why not come and see me live? And the tickets are available at sarahmillican.co.uk. Put the kettle on and settle in.